Hey there, and welcome back to the Virtual Cafe for another coffee convo about business finances. I'm your host, Kerry Zarb, and I am joined by Kim White. We invite you to join us at our table with your favourite brew. Let's pull up our chairs and get into today's episode. Come on, let's go. It's coffee time. Hello, Kim.
Hello, Kerry.
What are we having today?
I'm having a really good cup of coffee with ginger.
With ginger, you say?
I am, Kerry.
Okay. Well, we might have to talk about this ginger in the coffee, Kim. Maybe not today. Maybe we'll save that for another conversation. But I am curious. I'm curious about the ginger in the coffee.
For me, Kerry.
Say again?
It's good for me.
Ah, true. I do hear that ginger is good for you, Kim. Yes, that and garlic, and I think there's even things in onion. Anyway, we could go on about all the good things, but we want to talk about what grinds my beans or not.
I love this topic, Kerry.
So do I. I feel like we're heading out with a little celebration here with a combination of what grinds my beans and some things that we do like that grind our beans, Kim.
I love this, Kerry. So how are we going to start this party, Kerry?
Well, I actually want to share a little funny because I was doing some social media scrolling and I came across a company that I follow. I won't name any names. And I came across this company in my feed and they supply coffee bags. And what I discovered, I follow them because I like their content. You know, I love my coffee, Kim. And I actually clicked on their profile for the first time ever and had a look at what they were actually selling. Out of curiosity, they sell coffee bags. So it's like a tea bag, but this little bag fits over your cup so you can pour the hot water through it like a drip. So it's actually ground coffee that you do through the bag with the hot water out of the kettle dripping into your coffee cup. And I thought, what a brilliant idea. And they come in these little pre-sealed satchel things in a box, and the little bag goes in the compost. It was eco-friendly and all that. I was really impressed. So being the curious person that I am and loving my numbers, I'm like, oh, how much does this cost? And the funny part about it wasn't about the money, it was about the supply. It's a subscription model, and we'll come back to that point in a moment, but it's a subscription model, and their 1 month supply was 32 bags. And they had a cute little note saying, we give you an extra one for those days that you need it. So, Kim, do you know how many cups of coffee I consume a day?
I was going to say, Kerry, that might not work for you.
I would need 4 monthly subscriptions to fill my cup on the 4 times level that I drink coffee.
I wonder, Kerry, if you could use it more than once, get less caffeine, but still the good taste, and make it where you could have that 4th cup of coffee without worrying.
I actually went and looked, Kim, because they had an FAQ section on their website, because I wasn't thinking that, but you're already there, you're already invested, you've already clicked the button, you like these people. So I went to the FAQs and they did say you can use it for 2 cups of coffee. The first one will be a little bit stronger than the second, but Kim, I can't risk not having a strong coffee. Like, I was all for the double dip on the one bag, but I don't think I can go through cup number 2 being weak. I was like, I can't.
So for anyone who's listening in on the virtual cafe conversation, Kerry is literally coffee addicted. We'll call it a fancy name, coffee. She loves her coffee for real.
Yes, I do. That is the real. And when I say 4 cups, I'm not talking instant over here. Like, I've got the bean machine and the whole Delilah doing the espresso into the latte. Everything's happening here, guys. Like, it's a serious little production when I make a cup of coffee. Well, when Delilah makes a cup of coffee, it's a serious production. But 4 of those a day, Kim, and the idea, there is the occasional time I'll have 3. I've got to confess, maybe once or twice a week there'll only be 3 because something in my brain goes, yeah, I want to sleep a bit more tonight. I actually I think I need to sleep in even, or actually get to bed at a decent hour. So there are the odd 3 cup a days, but I looked at this subscription model, and the point I'm getting to, Kim, is some subscriptions are good subscriptions, because I think we can all agree that when it comes to simple subscriptions and looking at where we can save some beans, and the community's doing a fantastic job of that, but I don't want people to cancel everything, because some of these things bring us too much value and too much goodness either in our business or our life. Like if I was on that subscription model of the coffee bags, I'm telling you now, I would not be cancelling that.
So, Kerry, can we back up just a minute for anyone who's new to the cafe?
Yes.
Because I want to make sure everybody knows that Kerry has we'll call it a milk crate, that's what she calls it, about subscriptions that you don't use, that aren't recognized, or you forget about them and they sneak up on you. This is what we're talking about most of the time. But Kerry, you're talking about today some of those that grind your beans in the wrong way, which is those. And then now you're talking about some of the things that grind your beans in a good way. I just want to make it clear for anyone who's new, because if they don't understand, they might get lost with our silliness.
Oh, absolutely, Kim, and thank you for throwing that in there, because I've been living in this what grinds my beans moment now for quite a few weeks. And in actual fact, it's gone on for months, but it's really surfaced in the last few weeks. So to me, it's like the everyday, ordinary kind of stuff. Whereas for anyone new tuning in and be going, what grinds my beans? What are they talking about? What are these chicks on about? What is this shit? Like, people would just be like, oh my God, what? So thank you for mentioning that, and sorry for cussing there, Kim. Certainly, I never cuss at you. It's always in passion of what I'm talking about. Let me say that. In 2022, I started sharing a special tool out to the universe that has since saved this community over $61,000. As your financial designer, I know what it feels like to find those random charges on your bank or credit card statement. If you want to get in control of your recurring payments, Simple Subscriptions is the free tool for you. I host a live tour of Simple Subscriptions every quarter. It's completely free for you to attend and get this amazing tool. Let me show you how Simple Subscriptions can save you money and help you track your progress. To hang out with me in the virtual cafe, head over to kerryzarb.com to register for the next live tour. And while you're there, grab your free and private copy of Simple Subscriptions so you can get started on saving money. I did want to bring to the table today that combination of the good and the bad, because there are good subscriptions. We've all got them. We've all got Canva. Canva is one that we love and cherish, and I don't see it ever going on the cancellation list unless they rapidly change that platform. And then we've got the ones that we've been sadly paying for sometimes many years that we go, oh shit, I really need to cancel that, and look at all the money that we have wasted, air quotes people, wasted. In actual fact, look forward and go, okay, lost the money there, but guess what? If we cancel it, we're going to save some money moving forward. So I wanted to really spin this to a positive, Kim, because a lot of the social media I've been putting out has been me frowning and not being happy with grinding the beans and all those nasty subscriptions and the little ninjas in the night. And I'm like, well, no, I'm actually happy to share this, and I want to spin it in a happy style as well.
I love it, Kerry, because you and I both have conversations about the good ones. I'm going to call them. It's the good ones.
So, Kim, you and I had a conversation recently that I think we need to bring into today's episode, because you and I started talking about Amazon subscriptions. Do you remember, Kim?
I absolutely do, Kerry.
And I didn't know this, Kim, but you and I are actually in a similar kind of household state when it comes to Amazon subscriptions. So you're probably more in check with my hubby, because he runs that area of the businesses. And when I say business, I do mean house. And he has things that just turn up. And I didn't get it. When he started lining these things up and this box would arrive, and 2 days later another box arrives, and I'm like, what is all this shit? Like, what is he doing? What's going on here? And I'll use one example. He has his favourite soap. He likes to buy a natural soap. It's from a particular company that makes something that's really suits his skin, and he has it on a subscription. So I think it's 2 bars turn up every month or every fortnight, whatever it is, don't even ask me. And it's set and forget. He has it at this price, he's happy with the price he's paying for, and he doesn't have to blink, he doesn't have to think, and he's all happy. It's pretty good.
Kerry, I do the same thing. Like, I have multiple things that are on that we use every month or we use every other month. Like, that's how long we have, we kind of gauged it to see when we would run out. So I have a whole list that I don't have to think about. They just show up at my door, which, you know, ours is a little different, Kerry, because we moved. You know, we're full-time in an RV, and when we move, I have to remember to send that to the right place, because I have had packages that chase me across the United States, I will say.
I could picture that, and I can see where that, well, and the good part about that, Kim, is when you move, it would be somewhat planned. So therefore, you've got that opportunity. You've probably got yourself a little checklist of all the things you need to do when you move, because you've probably done it a few times by now. But at least then all you got to do is pop in, change those addresses, and then they'll follow you. So then the supplies still continue to turn up, which I think is great.
It helps so much, Kerry, because I'm not trying to reorder all the time.
Yep.
And it's almost on, you know, in this, we're talking Amazon right now, but it's almost on Amazon to keep up with me instead of me having to keep up with me.
Yes.
So it's rather nice, Kerry, because we are creatures of habit.
We are. And I think this is the thing. When you find something you like and something that you use on an ongoing basis, similar to the tools in the business space, but it's the same for life stuff as well. When we find it and we like it, we want it again. And like you said, Kim, saves you so much Googling and so much Amazoning to go and find it again. Oh, which supplier did I buy it from? Then you're in your orders space. Who did I get it from last time? How much did I pay? Like, there's so much brain work in that 5 minutes of doing that, as opposed to hitting that subscription. Yes, keeping an eye on it. Don't let it get out of control. If you've ordered 50 bars of soap, I'm sure you've got plenty and you don't need to keep getting 50 bars of soap. But you know what I'm saying, Kim. And again, this is something that can go on simple subscriptions so that people can track that stuff and make sure that they know when the money's coming out of their account, because that's the hiccup with those subscriptions. Like any other subscription, is it can kind of give us a little bit of a bite if we don't have the funds in the account or we forgot it was coming out. And yeah, it's all part of being organised.
So, Kerry, I will give you one last example from my Amazon order I get.
Yeah.
I have to go to a specialty store to get this jackfruit that we use. Y'all, you know, you already know we're plant-based.
Yes.
And so we use jackfruit as a barbecue, like pork sandwich or barbecue beef sandwich. It shreds like meat. We can buy a can of it, and the can is like $6 or $7. Or we can buy it in bulk from Amazon, and we can get an entire enormous bag for less than $20 that's like vacuum sealed and all of that. That to me is a really good example of how we save probably around $100 every other month, because it's something that's part of our diet. It's part of something we use all the time, and having that ability to have that subscription makes it nice, because then we don't have to, you know, scramble to go to the specialty store, and we don't have to scramble to pay more, because again, it's about that paying more sometimes when you get a subscription. Canva's a good example. You said a while ago, Canva saves money, you know, and if you pay annually, you do save money. And Kerry, I know you and I both are proponents of not paying annually unless you know for sure that that's what you want. But our little jackfruit saves us money.
Well, Kim, I love that example because bosses told me that as well. And just of late, and I've had this in the past, but lately it's resurfaced to my brain that my name is Kerry Terry Tightass, and I don't like wasting money. And boss is often telling me, I got this for this from Amazon. If I buy it from the supermarket and got it delivered, it's this much. Like cleaning products and household goods like his bars of soap or shampoo or spray and wipe for the kitchen, all of that stuff. If you go to Amazon, and for anyone listening, if you don't shop on Amazon, it is worth comparing because like you said, Kim, the prices, yes, you might need to buy 2 at a time versus 1 at a time, but you'll get a better deal. So I think it's definitely worth checking out, Kim. I like it.
And we're not affiliates for Amazon. We should say that out loud. We are not anything. We just are wanting to share Kerry's milk crate, her adamant cry for everybody to not wake up to surprise charges. I think that needs to be said again, Kerry.
It does, Kim, and thank you for mentioning adamant because I think there's something that you wanted to share in that space. We have, for anyone that has not heard before or doesn't know, we hang out with a pretty special fella, and his name is Adam Rothenberg. He's a bit of a legend, a bit of a rock star, and every time we spend time with him, we're just in absolute awe of being able to share time with him. And Adam comes from the world of entertainment. He interviews amazing people from all walks of life, including those that have been featured in Broadway. Many, many names that I could list, but we will probably skip that part because he's done over 1,500 interviews, peoples. The list is long. But Adam has been doing pretty special things. I'm going to share my piece, Kim, and then I'd like you to share yours, if that's okay.
Of course.
So Adam is famous also for being a Biz Beans Club member, and he has adopted simple subscriptions and he has rocked it like a boss. He is just, oh my God, he is so all over it, and he is watching it and he's paying attention. And he finished his simple subscriptions like a boss, and he has just saved so much money that he loves to share anywhere we go. And I believe he's now flipped that to something else. Kim, would you like to share what Adam's been up to?
I'm just giggling, Kerry, because Adam is what I'm going to say. He takes care of everybody around him.
Yep.
And he recognized that I was paying for something when we were getting ready for an event. He recognized that there was something on my list that we didn't really need and I had been paying for quite a while. And so he went through and pulled all the things that we needed to keep. Because, when you're doing something online subscription-wise, you may need to pull information from it to keep for later use. Well, he pulled all the stuff off of it and sent me a notice of, I need to cancel that this week. And I laughed so hard because he not only has rocked his subscriptions, he's moved on to helping me rock mine. So I love that about Adam.
I love it too, Kim. It's like, okay, so he did this stellar job over here for himself. He ain't done yet. Look out, people. Adam's on the loose and he's looking for other people's subscriptions. And just so it's clear, so everyone understands the connection here, Adam is actually a team member of the My Sexy Business team, which Kim is the founder and fierce leader of. So that's where he's gone now. He's finished his own subscriptions and he's starting to look at Kim's going, oh, I'm coming for you. Look out.
But that's an amazing feeling, Kerry, that someone cares about the expenses in your business. And I think that Adam and you are related in this.
Yeah.
I think you taking care of yours and then moving on to helping our whole community, I feel like that is, you are living proof for him and are a great example. And I think he's just taken your lead, Kerry, of, do you really need this? Or and it's not I feel like this is a place to drop this. It's not a thing of someone telling someone else what to do. It's a thing of, if you're not using it, do you really want to be paying the money for it?
Yeah.
Because some things you taught me can be paused.
Oh, yes.
Some things can be completely eliminated because you don't use them anymore. And we let them sit there a lot of times and just continue to charge us because we forget. We don't slow down to handle these things. So, Kerry, between you and Adam, I feel like I'm in great hands.
Well, I love that Adam's doing that, and I love that he not only rocked his, but now he's starting to rock yours as well. And Adam's just a rock star. He is just so amazing, and we love having him with us on the daily and part of the community. And it's just great to have such a champion amongst us, really. He's the guiding light. He's become the poster child of Simple Subscriptions and the Biz Beans Club and all the other spaces that we hang out, because he's who everybody wants to be when they grow up, because he's such a great example.
I love that, Kerry. And, spending time with him in the club, whenever we're in there together, and his seriousness of being accountable and doing all the things, I feel like that just is an example of what can happen when you're with other people.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just think there's something very, very amazing that you have built, Kerry, for everyone to get a handle and not have those sneaky little charges and not be wasting money. And that's all thanks to you, Kerry.
Oh, Kim, you're too kind. Honestly, everyone's doing a fantastic job. There's still many people out there as a work in progress, so the tally is still rising. We have passed the 1 year mark. And in actual fact, I got recently a message from somebody with another couple of $1,000 that they've saved, so that needs to be added to the tally as well. But I won't say that number today because I'm expecting more reports to come in the next week or two.
And Kerry, you bring up something really amazing, and I want to stress this. Some of us can look at our $10 or $15 subscriptions and kind of blow it off of it's only $10 or $15. But this community, and only the ones that have reported it, have saved, and I'm going to say over 60,000 because I know there's a new total and it's a lot more than that, but I'm just saying that much money. If you take that amount of money because you are past the 1 year mark, if you take that amount of money now, but I am saying out loud, everybody's also saving another $60,000 this year.
Yes.
Because we're still not paying for those things that we canceled. And I think that is something to be noted.
Well, Kim, I'll share with you and for anyone tuning in that I actually have the original numbers as they were reported to me. So, and I've got a bit of a timeline. It's not month by month precisely. I think Simple Subs was out there for a good 2 or 3 months before anybody reported some numbers.
I don't think it'll take very long, though, Kerry, for this community to save hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's not even adding anything to the total, Kerry.
No, I know. Yeah.
That's just because we're still not paying these things. And I mean, every business owner wants more money in their business.
Yep.
Here's a really quick and simple way to put more money in your business. Don't pay out things you don't need.
Correct. It is.
And pay for the things you do need. This is Kerry's point is today.
Correct.
Of making sure you are not canceling all the subscriptions.
No.
Just the ones that are sneaking up on you and you don't need.
Correct. Kim said it like a true Simple Subs champion. Thank you so much. I reckon we should grab a bit of a takeaway and hop out of here, Kim. What do you think?
I'm just always excited to be here with you, Kerry.
Oh, thank you, Kim. Well, thank you for hanging out with me in the virtual cafe once again, and we will chat to everybody next week. Bye, Kim.
Bye, Kerry.
Bye, Kim.
Bye, Kerry.
Bye, Kim.
Bye, Kerry.
Bye, Kim. Thanks for joining us in the Virtual Cafe. You can follow the show to be notified of future episodes, and if you're enjoying this podcast, we encourage you to leave a rating or personal review. Until next time, happy Biz Beans to you.
No beings were harmed during the production of this podcast. Information contained in this podcast should be taken as general advice only, and your personal circumstances have not been taken into account. It is recommended that you seek financial advice from a professional who is licensed to do so. If you choose to act upon the general advice shared, you do so at your own